Is Sunday, February 11th, and I'm here at the beach. I was here yesterday, but I made the mistake of, for one, forgetting my 4K camera. Two, I turned my high efficiency video setting on my cell phone. I don't know if it was on purpose or by accident, but I turned the ultra high definition video on, and there was a setting. You want to turn high efficiency video on? And I was trying to get all the video on one output because I don't like when the video is broken up into 4 gigabit segments. I like just the whole thing continuous. So to make a long story short, it put everything on one video, which was, I was eager to look at it, and then I tried to compile the video this morning, or just look at the video this morning. And my computer says I have to spend 99 cents to download a driver. Of course, I'm always leery about that. I'm like, wow, Microsoft has a kind of like ransomware. So, I'm looking online. I spent an extra 4 hours trying to download utilities and install it. Still, no success. All I wanted to do, and I want to take a look at the video before I deem it's worthy. If it's not worthy, I'll just set it back to non-high efficiency video. So, make a long story short, I don't know if I'm going to use that video. For one, I don't even know if I accidentally turned the backward lens on. I may have actually taken a picture of myself, and I don't want to spend all this time and extra money, because I was reading up on this because I didn't know anything about high efficiency video, and it said that once you install it, your other apps will start balking. Then you have to deal with those complications. And I'm like, oh wow! I said I just want MP4. I don't care what compression it is. I just want the standard MP4. That's it. So I'm out here because I was looking at property, and it's such a beautiful day out. The traffic was, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Traffic now is late, but it's Super Bowl Sunday, so it shouldn't be that busy out here. There was some traffic getting here, but traffic has gone down. I was going to attempt to go directly on the island and see if there was some premium spots. There probably are, so I probably don't have to go over this bridge. But I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go over this bridge because, for one, I'm a little I need a little work off some anger. Two, it is a beautiful day. I want to see how far I can see off the bridge. So let's see. So anyway, I wasn't able to, the garage sales, no problem, because I didn't turn high efficiency video on until after I did garage selling. But I turned high efficiency video on yesterday morning. I turned it off already, so this is not high efficiency video. I don't want to deal with that baloney. And when you double click on a video, I want it to run. It said I can install a VLC, a name of a program called VLC editor, whatever. And that has a driver for HEVC, but I'm rewarded with a quarter. Okay, I guess I'm talking something. Angels are looking down upon me and saying, that was worth a quarter. Tell people not to use HEVC, high efficiency video codec. High efficiency video codec. I'm just surprised that's not native. happens if you have to reinstall your operating system? Are they going to know that you paid that? And I had a laptop. I was going to put Linux on it, and I found a partition that had a version of Windows 10 on it. I said, yeah, let me just restore factory default Windows 10. So I got that up this morning. I got it up as a standby computer. I still need another computer for Linux. I have a little Garmin that uses Windows 7 as an operating system. I'm going to play around with that. Because if Windows 7 can run on a little Garmin, that's pretty interesting. I'm wondering if I could port that Windows 7 over to another device. Anyway. I really just want to load FreeOS on some of these little devices I have. This little Linux operating system that has no GPU, has no user licensing. I like that. You just do whatever you want. We're going to go the same route that I went yesterday, which is pretty much the same route I go every day. I have a feeling I'm not going to use the video. Okay, I just diverged. Because yesterday I went on the street there. I went on the street, but someone almost hit into me, so I'm going this way. And of course, I see a guy standing over here. It's kind of precarious. I didn't tighten my brakes. I said I would yesterday in my video, but I didn't. Oh, great. So this is, should exit there. These, right here to the left, these are actually free parking, but they say reserved for customers, but they don't really enforce, so. Oh, sorry about that. All right. All right, so we're going to see if the free parking is up here, because I'll be pissed if there is. Okay, this is paid parking right here. Look. It's all paid parking, paid parking. Got to pay to play here. Pay to play. Still gotta pay to play. Still gotta pay to play. I don't like what I see. You gotta pay to play. What happened to free parking? What happened to the free parking? I don't see free parking here anymore. Whoa. All these signs have just gone up since yesterday on the right hand side. This used to be the free spots. Not anymore. We're criminals. Absolute criminals. Absolute criminals. And over here too. Fort Myers Beach, criminals. This used to be free parking over here. Everything on the right hand side here, free. Not anymore. Not anymore. So, from the looks of things, they're going to be putting some curbs in here because they don't want people parking. So, these people parked on the left hand side here, that's still free. That's still free. Private property. So, they're getting away with it. They're getting away. It's good. But yeah, there's no free parking now, so it's a good thing I did park over there at Little Cerro Island. I've been really disappointed in myself. See, this is the side of Fort Myers Beach that I wouldn't mind getting a house and living in. Some of these homes are really beautiful. You know, you're pretty close to Lynn Hall Park, so you could use those facilities. I don't like the smell of that stuff coming out of the old top of mast. Pier 1, Dairy Queen, whatever, Daisy Queen, Dairy Queen. Oh, it smells like urine. The tide looks like it looks like it's in the canals. It looks like it's high, so it doesn't look too good. So I smell a lot of like fishy. I smell the high tide. I don't know, yesterday it was kind of like a clean smell, but today definitely it's a tanning index of a 10. You have to have sunblock on. I got my sunblock 70 on. I'm gonna speed up a little bit. This is gonna be a little quicker video. Because wood is cheap, you're gonna see a lot of construction out of wood. So these multi-million-dollar homes are constructing out of wood. And that was the other way around about 2 years ago. 2 years ago, wood was expensive, and people were building out of concrete block. This was cheap. So that's one way to get back to the beach if I don't want to go all the way down here. I kind of do want to go all the way down here. Yeah, the tide doesn't. I moved in this canal here. So this canal, yeah, looks really high, really high. So, again, land both sides of the street here. This is premium land. And this is the quiet side. Even though you have Pink Shell Resort is still ahead, you have one 1/100th of the traffic on this side. Because people used to, when Times Square was open, when you used to have car traffic going around Times Square, people used to come down here and cruise. They would go all the way down to Bobbitt's Point, turn around, come back. This was part of the cruise. But when they stopped allowing cars to go around Times Square like that, then the people decided, well, I guess we're not going to go this way. And again, my idea to solve the congestion problems is twofold. One, they need to build an elevated road, elevated by 20 feet over existing Estero Boulevard, going all the way down to the bridge on Lover's Key. That would be the express lane, limited access. That needs to be built, regardless of anything else. And then two, they need to build another limited access road on the beach itself as a tunnel with big culverts, maybe 20 feet by 20 feet, equaling one lane. And they put in height restrictions, whatever. They put restrictions for no trucks, but just as a alternate way to get through the congestion without having to deal with everything. And that then would give Fort Myers Beach the chance to develop more. You had two avenues like that. Then you still have the cruising lane on the bottom, but then you have the accelerated lane on top. So trucks can still come to the bottom. People that need to go through the beach area who don't care about really, they can just go to the top or go to the tunnel. And that would be done. Shell owns all this land. All this land, except up to here. This is still the county. This is tourist development taxes at work. You look and see what taxes at what work. And all you see is the only taxes at work is to create parking meters and toll signs and toll gates. And there's nothing to benefit. There's nothing to benefit any of the tourists or any of the residents here. It's just to screw them. So your tax dollars are at work screwing you. That's basically what it means. Bottom line here. Much further. I did inflate my tires to 60 pounds, so they're pretty firm. And it's amazing I can get this far. This is soft sand. It's like driving in snow. You have to turn into the. Oh wow, this is close. I might get unbelievable. I did without dismounting. Unbelievable. I can see the tide is really high. This area right here it borders on being below sea level. Alright, so we'll see. Is this hard enough to bicycle on? We'll see. It's a little bumpy. Let's see. It is kind of soft, as if the water is permeating into here. This definitely is a depression below sea level. At the moment, it's a high tidal depression. I guess we're going to have to go for it here. I'm going to try it. Oh wait, the beach is changing a little bit. Maybe. I am facing a little headwind, about I would say a 2-knot headwind. So definitely some kind of a front went through last night. There is a front coming through though, a cold front. It's going to come through tomorrow sometime. Tomorrow a.m. And it's a big one. It's a doozy. I looked at it on radar already. Wow. Oh, this is soft as beyond belief. Oh, wow. This is really soft. Yeah, high tide. Well, I'll probably be bicycling on Cerro Boulevard, that's for sure. Because this isn't going to make for a fun ride. I don't even know if I could get beyond big shell here. Yeah, this is just not fun. My tires are not wide enough to handle that soft sand over there, so I have to bicycle over there. Yesterday was a good video. I just wish I didn't take it in a high efficiency video. Word of the wise: don't turn that setting on. It's there to mess you up. It sounds good, but it's not. Grin at me. They must have did some kind of salutation that I missed. So between the almost 2 mile per hour wind hitting me and the soft sand, and I was stuck in a rut there. I'll try over here a little bit. And there are seashells hidden in this seaweed. So, and of course, the worst thing is I'm not really wearing my bicycling shoes. I'm wearing my street shoes because I was looking at property. I threw the bike in the back of my car thinking that I'm not going to go bicycling. I'll probably see a property or two that I want to make an offer on. I was looking at some commercial property too, but there was just one little inkling thing. At one place there was already a realtor showing clients there, and I'm like, oh man, I have to schedule an appointment. So I was looking for an open house. I didn't see one in the area I was looking, which is strange. They're all over the place, just not where I'm looking. And then one area I was looking, it didn't show it on the map, but it looks like FEMA took over an entire trailer park and now it's given away. But you have to qualify. I don't know what that means. So obviously I don't qualify. I'm not going to give somebody like me. It's a nice location right near Walmart, actually. But I just need something temporary. But this is not working out here. Not working out. So I think we're going to X-nay on this. Because the sand is it's too soft and there's not enough beach to a bicycle. I should come out here 3 hours earlier, but I was busy installing software and looking for property. Let's see if we can bicycle all the way over there without losing steam. Actually, wait, this is all right here. Hold on. Let's go this way. Let's see how far we can go. This is just hard enough. Just hard enough to bicycle on. Yesterday, this is what the whole beach looked like, even right up to the tide. It was gorgeous. It was hard packed like this. This is okay. I can bicycle on this. I have to shift down a little bit just to give myself a little extra potential torque if I need it. Alright, so again, all the properties here are on the left-hand side. If they're not open, they're hurt. The only thing good is that they usually do their driveway last. Now, see, this complex is putting in pavers, which I think is ridiculous because pavers right now, when you're hurting, like this building over here in Green, just talk to the owners. They will sell that. They haven't even finished fixing the roof. I see they've done like 8 rooms, but if they haven't finished the roof, they're not going to get a certificate of occupancy, so they're just deluding themselves. So you have to see, the problem is if the property is in that case 13 rooms, you have to get 13 rooms up to code all at once. You can't just say 8 rooms are ready to rent. Give me a certificate of occupancy. It doesn't work like that. No, they'll say, well, what about the other 5? And if they say they're still working on it, they're like, oh, well then you're still working on it. Then, call us when you're done with the entire single property. So that's the problem there. So you have to, when you're a buyer, you have to understand that's what you have to do. Get the entire property has to be up to snuff before you get your certificate of occupancy. You just can't get one room and the rest of the building needs construction. No. So this building again over here, I see the first floor is under construction. Second floor, I'm not sure about. Every other floor looks fine. This building over here, I see a fence around the property, but I don't see enough work going on. They should have stripped down those blinds. They should have fixed all the screen. They should have done a lot more than what they have done in 2 years. Hurricane was in 2022, so it hasn't been 2 years, but it's been a good year and almost 6 months. October, November, December, January, February, 5 months. A year and 5 months. A lot of people are nodding. It's nice. I guess this is the Best Western Plus. This is a buying opportunity. They're putting in new rooms at the bottom, which I don't understand, but I guess insurance is covering something. They're hurting. They're putting in a new room, spending any insurance money they got. But I don't see them making money. Congested with people here. I'm not done. The sand over there is not firm enough anymore. The beach has changed already, and I can't really bicycle in the water because I'll just splash up on my. I guess I'll ruin the bike as well, but I'll splash up and get me wet. And the tide is not as high as it could be. It's still going up. I can tell that right now. It still has another half foot to rise. So I guess it'll be a short video. Short video with some good sights. Like this building over here on the left-hand side. Again, every other floor, second, third, fourth floor look fine. But the property is still fenced off. It's not being rented. Just the first floor, which is I see just 4 units. You can see how long the building is. Alright, so the building could have 4 units in the front, 4 units in the back. So that's 8 units that need to be fixed. And the other 24 units are ready to be rented. Seeing some people that were out here yesterday, so those people are tourists. I can't believe that there'd be locals positioning themselves in the same spot. So there are some tourists here. Now, are they renting from these condos along the beach, or are they renting from some interim rentals inland? I don't know. It's getting really crowded up here. So it's 2 o'clock. It's probably about 2:30 right now. It's still pretty crowded, and these waves are coming in. So there's not much room here for me to bike. And these jellyfish smell. Good. moving their stuff back. This tide's coming in. Sorry. Ran over those words, whatever they were. So there's a heavy smell of urine. That must be the bathrooms that they knocked down Lynn Hall Park here. Does that really reach? The beach really hasn't changed much. It's just the tide's up. It's from yesterday. And I'm still impressed how this high tide, there's still enough beach to get by on high tide right in front of the old Pier 1. Still enough sand there at high tide. Yesterday I had a bug hit me in the throat. I guess I was talking, it flew right in there. I was like gagging like every other minute. Not today, not yet, thank goodness. People are looking at something. Sometimes there's dolphins that hang out by the pier pilings. That could be why people are looking out there. They're filming something out there. Everyone is looking out there for some reason. There's got to be a dolphin out there. I've not seen a killer whale yet offshore here. But killer whales have been reported in the Gulf of Mexico. I've just never seen them here. I've never seen seals here. But I was told that seals do hang out somewhere in Louisiana. Now, white pelicans, the first time I've seen them, and they are in this area big time this year. So I don't know how they got over here, but they're all over some of the inland lakes that are close to the beach. And then Fort Myers Beach, right near Hurricane Pass. White pelicans are everywhere. I saw white pelicans don't dive like brown pelicans. They kind of like act like big schools of swan, and they kind of like, and they kind of corral by swanning, and they just float on the water and they just corral the fish by swanning, and then they paddle over there. I get the fish. So I saw a couple of brown pelicans buzzing the white pelicans. The white pelicans, even though they're bigger than the brown pelicans have more, I guess, pizzazz or stamina or gall, and they kind of, even they're surprised about the white pelicans in this area. But there's a lot of them. I saw about 200 of them swanning right there at Hurricane Pass. All right, so we're coming up upon Margaritaville. Again, there's a lot of there's a lot of
not trying. They gotta go in the water with that.
there's a lot of jellyfishes. These big sponge jellyfish are all over the place, and that could be adding to the smell. So yesterday there was quite a few of them on the beach. Today there's just a ton of them. And these things look like they've been ravaged. Like, I don't know. Maybe there is a red tide developing or something, but you can see more dead fish though. Some people don't care about sun. They don't put any sunblock on. I like the people with their boats. They got the generators, the TVs. They got the alcohol, the little grills. They got the hamburgers already set up. Sorry. Some boat out there really blasting music. There was about 3 times as many people yesterday here, but still today there's a ton. And yesterday the tide was mid-tide. Here it's a high tide, so it's even maybe a third less beach. But the people are still jammed in. A lot more walking, which is good. More walking today than yesterday, but still a lot walking yesterday. I'll try to get that video from yesterday up too. So this is the sand that was like yesterday on the beach. Perfect. So this type of sand, I love the bicycle. The new sand that's on the beach there, that is really soft. My fault. Sorry about that. No, my fault. Thank you. Yeah. I saw him coming. If I squeeze my brakes really hard, they do hold. It's like some people are reenacting their favorite what was that? Not YouTube videos, but TikTok, I guess. I haven't seen the ice cream guy straight ahead. I should have realized it because people are walking with drinks. It's pretty awesome. Past the one at top. Yesterday's video, I was bicycling so slow because it was there was a lot of obstacles on the beach. So there's a little bit more obstacles because there's less beach, but there's less people too. A lot of people were running in and out of the surf yesterday, and I'm seeing people in the surf, but only about half as much today. I like bicycling up here because this is really firm, and I made that remark yesterday. So many people were walking on the beach, but they packed the sand really nicely. This is perfect bicycling area. It's why people are not positioned in.
Okay, here's
So I'm looking at the beach bar over here, and it is, I almost couldn't avoid hitting a big pen shell. The beach bar is crowded. This is the first time I've seen about 200 people in that beach bar. So, 200 times 3, they're at least making $600 easy. Some of them are ordering pictures, so it could be as much as $10. So 200 times 10, $2,000 of people are waiting for the Super Bowl pregame. I don't see any TVs though. Okay, now I'm really crushing pen shells. There was just many pen shells out yesterday, but for some reason they weren't on this. They weren't in the way. I mean, they were closer to the surf. So I guess the tide did ebb a little bit. The tide was in a little bit more. So the tide must be retreating a little bit. So it must be on the cusp of a retreating high tide. What's going on right now? There's a lot of dogs on the beach, not as many as yesterday. That was a good seashell. I was expecting my tire to go flat. And that's the problem. When my tire does go flat, then then the video gets turned off because then I have to walk it over the bridge. It's the walk of shame. Okay. Oh, it's getting really cluttered up here. I'm trying to identify an alternate route here. The tide has to go out a good foot. These pen shells are just all over the area that I normally bicycle. I don't know. If I keep my eyes down, let me try it. Maybe I could negotiate. I see a lot of bicycle tires here. So they've done it, but they probably got rentals. Gosh. Alright, we'll try it. Maybe the beach will turn. I definitely can't come back this way. This is just too many. Wow. Oh, man. I wish somebody had a seashell project and they needed to make pelicans, because pen shells are the best thing. You can make a body out of them, the head out of them, the feet out of them. There must be miles and miles and miles of seashell beds just offshore here, because these seashells, they're only between, 1 mile out. You're going to find seashell beds out there. And with all these seashells washing up, I mean, these didn't come from like India. No, they came right off of here. So these many seashells washing up, there has to be a million times more than them. So there must be the whole continental shelf going way out 200 miles from Tampa all the way down to Key West. It must be littered with seashells. Okay, I see the beach is opening up a little bit. We can't come back this way. It's too much. Okay, so now we just passed. Right, well, maybe if the tide were to go out a little bit. So now it's opening up a little bit. Some people wanting to jump in front of the bike. You gotta be careful. See, as long as people don't sit in this little area, and there's no pen shells, no sharp glass, and little kids trying to bury themselves here, it's all right. People playing cornhole or beanbag toss. I call it beanbag toss, but they'll probably complain and say, no, it's cornhole toss. And then you got some people playing bocce ball out here sometimes. I don't know, it's a new game. You're kind of like, you're not bowling for dollars, but you're bowling to get the ball into a hole. So it's just the latest fad. It's kind of good to get you up out of your chair. I got to be bicycling myself, but sometimes when I'm not videoing, if I'm on an open stretch of beach, I will turn to the top gear and I will go down the beach. If I see that it's open and clear, when I see clear of people and clear seashells and the beach is firm, I do that. I come to the beach and I can go down to Windsor Resort, no problem. But I like going down there. There's sometimes during the summer when you have more rain, and rain brings more kind of like changes the tides, and it'll pack the beach a little bit more. We won't go down too far today. We'll just go down to that video tower. One thing I have to remark though is that tattoo parlors are making a lot of money. I personally don't like tattoos, but that's just my humble opinion. I don't think they're appropriate. And to say the truth, I think they deface oneself. They devalue one's body. But looking at a lot of the people around here, both men and women, more so women, I see tattoos are very prevalent. You know what? 30 years ago, that'd be women tattoos? No, men tattoos. Women, no. I'm not really looking for tattoos, it's just that they're standing out and staring at me. Bypass people, I can't look at the scenery. I have to look at where I'm going with all these pen shell obstacles. I'm trying to look for anything that's changed here on the beach. And changed, I mean real estate. Because even though it's bicycle exploring, I'm still looking for investment opportunities. Yesterday I was talking about a business opportunity my friend had. There's a a brewer that's went out of business. And my friend is a big connoisseur of beer. He likes paying. He pays for good beer. I'm not saying that that's bad, but the problem with paying for good beer is that people have to know where you are. Even when people know where you are, you have to give them a good reason. One of the prime business etiquettes requirements of the business is you need sustainability of your clientele. You need to give people a reason to come back. First, you need a reason to come to you. People don't just say, "Hey, I'm gonna try them out. $8 a glass? Why not?" No. When you can buy a 6-pack for $8, and the competition is all charging $3 to $4 a tap, you gotta give them a good reason to spend $8. Personally, off the top of my head, if you said I'm opening up a brewery in Lehigh Acres or Gateway, I'm charging $8, I'd say you're crazy. You're crazy. I said, why not open on the beach? I can understand real estate's more expensive on the beach, but it just makes more sense. There's more people here. Everybody wants to drink beer. If I was opening up a beer business, I would open up on the beach. I don't care about hurricanes. Look. So anyway, I said, well, no, I would buy the brewery for $500,000. He's like, they'll probably take your offer. I said, no problem. I'll buy for $500,000. Move all the beer brewing equipment, which has to come with the property. There's no way I'm just going to buy the business without the beer. It has to come complete. And I would move all the beer stills, everything, to a location on the beach where I could brew beer, open up a bar, and also provide beer, sell it to the rest of the local businesses. They need beer. When I had a restaurant here on the beach back in '89, we were constantly running out of beer. And I wish I had like a local beach brewery to say, hey, Budweiser's not forthcoming. Here's our keg. Stick it in there. That would have been awesome. And I wouldn't charge $8. Wow. Even on the beach here, okay, the prices have gone up a little bit, but I still think $4, $3, $4, you're making a good profit already. I was making 1,000% profit on $1.50. Hello. And $1.50, I was making 1,000% profit on beer. Again, that's back in those days, 1989. So maybe I need to double it, even triple it. $4.50. That's the maximum I would charge for a tap beer. I mean, forget about the imports. I don't even care about that. I would just do home brews. I'd make a whole bunch of them. People like apple brews. People like mango brews. The more a key lime brew, they love that. People would buy that, no problem. Key lime, like Key West. Mango, there's tons of mangoes in this area. Even other types of brews that people never even heard of. A Rica Palm brew, or a Queen Palm brew. I'm talking beer. But if it's going to be a stout, anything to do. Of course, IPAs, that's pretty much what they brew because it's so cheap to make. I'd make an IPA too, sure, why not? Alright, we're done. I could probably go another mile or two. I see the beach is looking very, this was what looks like a road. This is perfect bicycling plateau here. But there's we're getting out of civilization, so we're passing on the right-hand side Junkaroo, and Junkaroo's gone. Fresh catch, what's left of it. There's been no there's been no renovation, no work to restore it at all. Just slowly falling apart. So it needs to be torn down. got some Casanovas here on the beach. Just passed one. He's talking like he's Italian, but he looks American. She looks like she's not buying it. Oh well. She looked uncomfortably not buying it. I just passed this seagull earlier. He didn't move at all. He's like, I'm a big seagull. I'm not moving. Past her, so I'm back the other way. Some people nod. Some people, you can see that some people don't want to say anything. So a lot of people notice the camera, so they're already smiling. So it's easy to get a nod out of them. You just nod to them, and then they nod, they say hello. If someone's nodding, I'm gonna say hello. So I'm wearing kind of my color blue. I do not look like a cop today. I'm not wearing totally black. I got my dark sunglasses on with those. They kind of go off to the side a little farther, so they look kind of like, kind of cool. They look kind of police looking. And I have a sunglass holder, that holds the sunglasses on so they don't fall off, which looks kind of modular, like police would have. But the rest of my attire, though, I'm wearing kind of like a bright blue, just in case one of those microwave beams come my way. I'm okay. Yeah, this terra firma is excellent for a bike. Now these posts coming out of the ground, that's not good. Make sure that you don't hit them. But those posts have always been there for the last 30 years I've been coming here. I used to never go beyond those posts. Those posts used to demark the farthest south I wanted to either walk or bike on the beach, but not anymore. I like going down to Windsor Resort, because right there's a huge beach, but just a little bit beyond Windsor Resort, the beach actually, the road comes towards the beach and the beach goes towards the road, and they meet, and the beach is like not there for 300 feet. At low tide there is a way around that building. At high tide it's about 4 feet being blocked. And I'm always curious if it is low tide, if there's an availability of me getting through there. But that's, when there was destruction to look at, it was worth bicycling down there. If you're just looking to see if the 7-Eleven has been repaired, I can tell you right now, they have not. I've been down there. Everything's the same. Santini Plaza is still blocked off. It looks like everything is fixed, but they're still not open yet. The Ecker Drugs, Walgreens, whatever's down there, still not open. It looks like it's fixed. It looks like it's ready to open. It's not. So there's not really nothing to look at. There's a couple of hotels that were abandoned. They're still dilapidating. Nothing's going on. The tennis courts down there that I wanted to buy, they're still sitting, dilapidating. Most of the condos are still blocked off. The ones that removed their barriers are still closed. So there's really nothing going on down there. Fort Myers, it's like the hurricane is still here, which is sad. But I guess the realtors that normally would rent those places out, they've left too. So really, the whole infrastructure of the beach here, we need a big infusion. We need a big development, and that's the one that I'm writing. They need a big development. Like even right here where the church is, this is perfect. Perfect spot. Actually, this is where the Chapel by the Sea church was. This would be a good spot for a development. The beach is wide here. The chapel would make a great place for, the casino could be over there, plus the parking garage. The casino doesn't have to be on the beach, although I'd like it to be. The beach would be the pool, lazy river, and some of the apartment block. There could be some apartments, hotel rooms on the beach side too. just have a huge elevated bridge so that they wouldn't know that they're on the landward side. And that parking garage would need to be able to host 1,000 cars. Of all the cars that came over yesterday it was so crowded here, I could have filled a 1,000 car. I could have filled a 10,000 car parking garage easy. And I probably could have charged $5. My idea though is to let them park for free. You know, if it gets to the capacity, that's okay. I wouldn't want to charge people. I'm surprised they haven't made solar-powered chairs. Chairs that have little solar panels on them. Both to fix the hard solar panels and the flexible ones. Where you can sit on the flexible ones, and the hard ones are like little sunblocks over your head. And then you could plug in your USB radio, MP3 player, whatever you want, your cell phone, and play music like that. Here's Diamond Head. Yesterday it was about 4 times as many people here. The tide looks like it is slowly edging out. Ever so slowly. Some of these waves are pushing the envelope. It's, ebbing and flowing still, but it is edging outwards. Okay, now we're running into the pen shells again. Yep, starting this here. Follow my own bicycle tread paths. I can see all the pen shells I crunched coming up this way. Wow. Sorry if I'm swinging too much, but I'm trying to avoid the pen shells. These pen shells are sharp. Some of them are really thick. It's like mica. If you hit it one way, it breaks easy. You hit it the other way, it cuts like porcelain. It's easing up a little bit, not much. Looks like another 100 yards of this. I'm gonna have to really bicycle and keep my eye on the ground here. I'd like to look at the scenery, but I'll have to watch the video myself. Alright, looks like we're coming to a little clearing. See, that they should have people picking up this stuff. If one person were to pick up a seashell and throw it out of the way, this whole beach would be clean. It would make walking on the beach better because people are stepping on these things too. It hurts. So let's have shoes on. Still, if you have shoes on, it may hurt. It may kink your leg, make you a little twisted ankle. When I always come to the beach now, I always wear surf walkers. When I was a little kid, I would take the pain. It didn't really hurt me that much. But when you get older, these things do hurt, and the hurt lingers longer. So I always wear surf walkers, but I'm in the water on the beach. So yesterday I bicycled on the road. I don't think I'm going to go all the way down to the library because I already went down there yesterday, and I'm telling you the same thing. It's closed off. The high tide clock works, so it's interesting to see that, but that's about it. There's a big pile of dirt on the soccer fields where the school soccer fields are. So the school's still closed. There's some modular, it's like school things that are going up near the soccer fields. But the soccer fields were cleared and it was nice and green. And now they added a whole bunch of crushed concrete. So I don't know where that crushed concrete is, but it's still about 30 feet high now. So it was a beautiful green field. They cleared all the huge piles. And now they've added more concrete. Trees and debris. It looks like they're picking up some stuff that fell in the canals or something. Or some late FEMA is looking for more things to scrape up, I guess. there's still plenty of RVs they can scrape up and put in that pile there. So these people are probably going to leave here next hour. I think the Super Bowl's at 6, but they'll start leaving at 4. It's about 3 something right now. It is going out a little bit. So this area was inundated with water earlier. Now it's open. So this is helping out. Although I still preferably like the bicycle up here because it's nice and compact up here. This is where people have been walking and bicycling, and it's nice and packed and hard. And when you're higher, you get a better view. The Lanakai, they're still working on it. You know, spring break is happening in like 2 weeks. But Lanakai, these large hotels, they get a break. You know, they can reopen without 100% rebuilding. So, Pink Shell, Lanakai, Diamond Head, they all get a break. So which is sad. Little hotels, they don't get a break. They have to like the Seashell Inn, a little hotel, or the Tahitian Inn, they didn't get a break, and they weren't allowed to reopen, even if they had a couple rooms. It's pretty sad. I think everyone should follow the same rules. If they allow the big hotels to reopen, and they have a couple rooms left to finish, then every hotel should be allowed to reopen. It's a double standard that goes on. The people who have more money, they have bigger lawyers, they could circumvent the system. Small people that don't have that much money, that don't have lawyers, they get spoiled. So anyway, passing by Margaritaville, I'm looking at the pool area. We'll bicycle by there as well. It's looking crowded, looking nice. You hear a lot of music coming off from there. Definitely at nighttime, that must be the place to go. Okay, that's the problem. I'm not watching where I'm going. I got my eyes here on the ice cream guy. Eggshells are still posing a hazard. I got my Super Bowl food ready for me. I got some soup and I got sandwiches. Sorry. I have a bottle of something ready. Sorry. This dog doesn't like the water. He sees the waves and he's scared of the waves, so he's trying to walk as far as he can away from the water. Don't blame him. I was in Fort Lauderdale once, walking on the beach. It must have been West Palm Beach. It was up. I think this was up. Actually, a little bit north of where Trump lives, and a freak wave just came, and it was 3 feet above normal surf. One wave just came, a little tiny tidal wave, and I got caught by a little rock jetty, and it hit me and got me wet. I was like, what? I was like, what? A wave like that out of the Atlantic Ocean, just out of the blue? just rolls in one wave, 3 feet higher than the normal surf, a little mini tidal wave. Wow. And after that, I thought there was like a tide or something was coming in, but no, just one wave. But it was a big wave. And so people are not looking up. So they're not. I'm sorry. So they're not looking for more dolphins. Take this bike back. I'll just give it a quick hose down. I already sprayed it with WD-40, so I'll probably spray it again after I give it a quick hose down. I can throw out one of my WD-40 cans and it's done. So I can see here the tide's going out because this area here, the water level was about 6 inches higher about half hour ago. So the tide is going out slowly. Making for bicycling here that much more awesome. I had to go on this side of the sandcastle, the other side. I can go on this side, no problem. And this is getting pretty firm too. I like this. And this is nice bicycling. This beach here is really firm, nice and packed, and I'm barely sinking in. Very nice. Exit. This is where I normally exit. I could go further, but let's see how far on this soft sand. So far, so good, but I doubt I'll go any further. The sand is extremely soft right now. Extremely soft. That's a 4-inch depression there. Right. So I see people are parking up here getting away with it. It's parking for free, so I would. The town of Fort Myers Beach took away that free parking and installed their communism, which is terrible. I mean, come on. I'm a local. They should have free parking here. I mean, locals need free parking. I mean, for them putting paid parking here, it's almost saying, okay, locals, F you. Only the tourists who have money can park here at the beach. Well, what's that about? You know? Locals should have their day in the sun too. So this area is for sale, so people are parking here. Now these people that are on top of the sidewalk, I'm not sure if there's a law or not, but it's common courtesy to park off. These people are okay here. This person's got his back open too. I forgot it was open. All right, back on terra firma. I'll go down and circle a little bit. Right. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm just going to take that video and archive it from yesterday. It's sad too because it was a good video. Lots of people, lots of. If I can get that this high efficiency video codec installed on my machine, I'm going to go for that VLC program app. I was having a difficulty installing it. That's the problem. I don't want to install a virus. Microsoft seems to be adamant. There was that other free utility Microsoft had But I read a couple of news groups. Microsoft killed that one. So I think my Sony movie studio has a high efficiency codec, but it's not associated with the MP4. So I tried opening it and it won't open it. So so far it's dead on arrival. I have to, if I can't figure this thing out, I'm just gonna not take any more high efficiency videos. High efficiency, yeah, it's high efficiency but high problem. So just don't want to deal with it. High efficiency is more of proprietary. You want to just deal with MP4. It's universally accepted. It says no bicycles, but yeah, right. See, if you had Palaka here, you had a couple of these ice cream vendors that used to be around. If you had Dairy Queen, if you had Pier 1 straight ahead, if you had some of the vendors that were in front of Pier 1 still around, you had Top of Mast, yeah, you had Peace Time Out, yeah, I could see. Well, Yo Taco, they did the worst thing moving the pier. They used to be in front of Valana Kai, and they were doing 10 times more business. Now they're doing no business, but it's a nice location here, but I don't know. It's going to have to develop itself. You know, once Pier 1 and Top of Mast, if that place redevelops, then that property will be worth a lot more. And it's good to get in early. This old West Coast surf shop definitely was good property. And from the looks of things, Margaritaville is somewhat contained. I thought they would sprawl out here more, but they're kind of contained over where they are, which is smart. They're keeping their tourists and they're inviting outsiders into their property, but they're not. They're not sharing the wealth with everyone. I shouldn't be bicycling over here, but there was no avenue to bicycle in. I was being blocked. So we'll come back on the other side of the road. So I had to bicycle over here because there's too many people walking on that side, and I was being cut off because they were on the sidewalk. This surf club over here, you know, of course everyone wants to buy it. $7.9 million. I'm looking over at Margaritaville. This is just an awesome view from this side. We got tons of music going on. There must be at least 400 people over there. I love the pool. The pool is awesome. People are drinking and wading in the pool. That's the big thing. I don't see a slide though. I don't see like a big kid slide. That's one thing that's missing here. See, if I was to build a resort, I would have a lazy river, and the lazy river would have to at least be 5 feet deep. Well, I don't like no 3 foot deep lazy river. I can't call that a lazy river. I say adults only. And I would have waves in it, waterfalls, and then I would have a pool that would be at least 5 feet deep, that would have slides in it.
So go in there and see what they got. They've got some fantastic, cool whale merchandise. These ladies at the front,
so
they just
the old beach whale place, these people really struck it.
Like bathing suit top.
They got big videos, so you can see the Super Bowl. They had a 2-person band, which is expensive. That's at least $200 for the day, at least $25 an hour, 4 hours times 2. Yeah, that's 200 minimum bucks. And probably they're paying them more than that. Look. I know it was a day. Yesterday, all these lots were full. All of them. They were charging between 20 and 25 on this side of the road, so 20 the same price today. On the other side, let me see. These lots were packed yesterday. And the road was jammed up all the way back to Santini Plaza. So definitely it's to your benefit to park on Little Estero Island and bicycling, because this traffic is just horrendous. They need to widen this road to have 2 lanes each way and a center turning lane, and get rid of this cobblestone in the middle. They need to get rid of these sidewalks. I mean, bicycling and people can walk on the shoulder of a road. Nice big asphalt arced road with 2 lanes on each side and a center turning lane. That's what you need. And a shoulder wide enough so that buses can pull off and unload. You don't need a sidewalk. It's making this place like a city. We don't need a city here. And this road alone is wide enough for a car. I mean, look at this. We could have 2 lanes as it is on each side if we got rid of these sidewalks. Just in areas where the road's a little narrow, we don't need a center turning lane, but there should be a center turning lane. Key Estero Shopping Center was full. Okay, Love Ice Cream, they lucked out with that spot there. They had no business there, but that's their fault. There's that beach bar over there. They're packed. Here's undercover cop car. Oh no, he's not undercover, but he's undercover. He's not. I like this store, the goods, but there's just too much work that's involved here. You need to tear the building down. That's going to be $70,000 to $100,000 just in building removal. And it looks like there is a backhoe getting ready to do it. I mean, remove it pros. That's probably what it's all for. This thing. They're going to empty that about 10 times. It doesn't look like it, but when they start digging down the foundation, there's a lot of crap. This place, Sun and Fun. They had a ton of bikes here, and they're gone, so they're rented, or they just been repositioned. It looked like they were rented, so they're making a ton of money. I don't know where they put the bikes. People just rent them and park them at their hotels. I mean, how good is that? I mean, if you're renting a bike and no one's using your bike, but they're paying for it, wow. So the bike's not getting any wear and tear, just sitting at the hotel that's being rented. The people who rented it are not using it. This is fantastic. You just want a bike for that 2-minute bike ride in the morning, and then you put it back, and then that's all you use it for every morning, 2 minutes, and then you're done. And you got your $60 a week bike rental done. See, this place I love, this Tribe Power. I like all the property it has to park cars. And I like it because I can put a casino in the back of this place. I want this whole building. I want to buy it. So I can put a little. I could put a little. It's perfect. How far this car jam is? Okay, it's not as far as it was yesterday. It looks like it's in front of the library. It starts. I'm not going to go that far. Although bicycling on this side is kind of nice. So here's where Armando's Day Spa was, and then over here on Del Mar, this is where the Shamrock bar was. And again, across the street, that's where the Neptune Inn was, which again I think is a steel. It's still there. The roof is still intact. Most of the roof is aluminum, and that's half your battle. The roof is aluminum. It survived. So this Royal Scoop ice cream place hasn't been rented. I mean, this place is awesome. For a commercial property, this Royal Scoop will command a lot of money. And they just fixed putting these lights in here too. I'm not sure if these lights, I'm pretty sure these lights are brand new. But there's a lot of parking here. And then this place, the beach, this is the place that I think will go into a parking, because you're not allowed to rebuild this place. It's been destroyed more than 50%. So the beach connection here, forget it. They're asking $1 million. Yeah, good rent on it. But this property coming up right here, this would be a good size development. I would keep all this property here, all of this, all of the old church property, and all of this other property. And everything along the beach, including Keller Williams here, I would need all of that. Because my lazy river would be big. But I have to raise everything 25 feet above mean high tide. See, okay, so the car traffic is slowly exiting the island. But yeah, on the left here, this is where the chapel by the sea was. Alright, so we're going to go on the other side of the road. On the right side of the road, there used to be a little building right near the pool. It was a standalone raised condo, and I loved it. I always wanted to own it. Good thing I never bought it, because I was really, at some points, I was actively seeking the owner, trying to seek contact with him, see if I could buy it. That was like 12 years ago. Good thing I never did that. Looks like Lee-Tran parks over here. That's not their big buggy. They have bigger ones. Alright, so I wasn't gonna go this far, but because we drove on the other side of the road, I didn't hit. See, the one thing I don't like about going in front of Diamond Head is Diamond Head has an awful.
Or it's never really nice on that way.
Diamond Head has an awful the sidewalk pavement. I don't like it, so I don't like bicycling on it. So I try to avoid it. You still see evidence of the hurricane. Again, a year and 5 months later. Somebody's property, they've been fighting with their insurance company. The insurance company's went out of business, or it was all fraud. The insurance companies said they had a policy and they skipped out of state. I'd say half of the insurance companies did that. It was all fraud. It was no insurance company. They just claimed to carry them. It was just a false promise, a lie. And they skipped out. When they saw the hurricane coming, they just skipped out. That's it. They canceled their lease. They canceled all their utilities. They pulled all their bank accounts and left all their employees stranded high and dry. Got out of Dodge. The other half found excuses not to pay out. And the half that stayed here, and the half of those that stayed here, the half that actually paid, hey, wow. Those are the true patriots, the insurance companies that actually ran their business like they should. I gotta be careful because Diamond Head's coming up. I really want to bicycle on the road. It looks like I'm gonna be bicycling. There's like a little concrete curb that curbs in the sidewalk. But I'll try to stay on top of that. Again, I love that tri-power building. I love it. I can have a little poker lounge in the back of that building. A little poker lounge in the back of that building. I mean, forget it. I'll raise the roof. I'll put a second floor on that. I'll put a nice gambling lounge. I'll not only put a gambling lounge in there, I'll put a bar in there with a brewery. Put the brewery in there. That would be perfect because that would be right across from Diamond Head. That'd give people from Diamond Head a reason to cross the street. And the beer would be cheap. Sure. Eventually I'd buy up this whole stretch of land. Even this property here I'd buy up. This would be a great. The problem with this land right here, with the idea that I have, is I would need to build a parking garage, and there's not enough land for a lazy river, water park, casino, hotel rooms. I mean, I would need to put parking on top of the road here. So I would have to have an easement to allow myself to build a 10-story parking garage over the entire road, spanning from Diamond Head all the way to beyond Keller Williams. I would need all this land to the goods store here. And all the land that's still not bought, even Sun and Fun, I would have to buy up all that land. So this would be kind of pricey. And all this land over here on the left, I need to buy all of this. That's why I love Kia Estero Shopping Center. The second floor makes an excellent casino. First floor, you can make anything with it. Hotel, shops. Second floor is good for a hotel too, but it's also good for a casino. I mean, the first floor is good for a casino. I mean, everything about it. And if I had a casino there, I wouldn't charge people to park. more people parking, the more people are going to visit the casino. In fact, I would make it so that they could park there. It's going to be, I would charge $20 or whatever, but if they had it carded in the casino, then it's free. I'd give them that benefit. Okay, can I make it? I can. So there's still plenty of land here. People could still park if they really knew. If they really pushed the envelope, there is parking. They could park here. Some of these side streets, believe it or not, you can still park on the shoulder. It doesn't look like you can, but you can. They're putting a lot of cones there and trying to prevent people from doing it, but the cones is actually in violation. Hardly anybody parks over here at Lanakai. They park on the other side of the street now. And this actually helped out the Lanakai a lot because there was some buildings back there that they wanted to buy, and a hurricane toppled them over and gave Lanakai the ability to buy them at a bargain price. Tuna Skin, again, they rebuilt this entire building. This building is awesome. But believe it or not, their little mobile sales store was doing more business than their new store. The new store looks awesome. This piece of land here on the left, this is a buyer's dream, whatever it is. Tropical Hut Realty. I don't know exactly what would go good here. I know a restaurant would go good here. A brewery would definitely go good here. But Margaritaville and or another resort would definitely buy up this property. Even 7-Eleven would like to buy up that property. This property too. For sale, 2 parcels. 7-Eleven would love to be on the beach. You can build a new type of like Seafarers Mall or a new Times Square in this area. Okay, so now we're up to Margaritaville. This again is the center of attraction right now. This pool is nice, but still, it could be nicer. They did a great job though on the pool, I have to admit. Playing beanbag toss. So it costs, I was told, $10 to go to over here. If you're not a patron, you're not renting from Margaritaville, they'll charge. But I was told by one person it could be as high as $75. Wow, I don't know if that's true or not. $75 sounds like unlimited drinks as well, because they would have that sometimes if you went to like some of those Caribbean resorts. They would have those eating packages, and some of them are $75 a day per person, which is ridiculous. How can anybody eat $75 of food a day? But they charge that, so. Some of these cruise ships, they do that too. You could have unlimited liquor, but they charge you $75 a day for unlimited liquor. I don't know, after 1 or 2 drinks, I'm done. That's 1 or 2 beers. That's $1 or $2 beers. I'm going to end this video. I was going to go that way, but there's a obstacle. Thank you. Anyway, so I'm going to end it now. We're going to look at the West Coast Surf Shop elevator tower. But until next week, hasta mañana.